Some say music holds a power so deep it can summon the dead, awaken the unborn, and tear open the skin between this world and the next. But that power cuts both ways, and in the wrong hands, it doesn't bring salvation. It brings hell. In the scorched October of 1932, Clarksdale, Mississippi, Sammy Moore drives down a dirt road, face torn with claw marks, clutching the broken neck of a guitar like it's the only thing keeping him alive. He stumbles into a church where his father, Pastor Jedediah, pleads with him to abandon music and repent. Sammy doesn't speak. He just holds tighter to the splintered wood, haunted. One day earlier, his cousins, twin brothers Smoke and Stack, returned from Chicago, dragging trouble behind them. They stole money from gangsters, heavy hitters nobody crosses in lives, and bought an abandoned sawmill from a supposed ex-Klansman named Hogwood. Their dream, turn it into a juke joint, a safe place for their people to dance, drink, and forget the world outside. Smoke rounds up old friends, Grace and Bo Chow, to help build their vision. When two young punks try to rob him, Smoke puts bullets in their legs without blinking, a brutal warning the town won't forget. Stack, meanwhile, recruits Sammy, who's still chasing the blues, and frees their old enforcer, Cornbread, from a cotton plantation to work security. At the train station, Stack finds Delta Slim, an aging bluesman who could make a guitar weep. Slim resists until Stack bribes him with Irish beer. As the plan starts to click, an old ghost from the brothers' past appears. Mary, the girl next door they once loved like family, she confronts them over their silence after her mother's death, a woman who practically raised them. Grief sits heavy between them. Sammy meets Pearline, a married woman with laughter in her eyes, and invites her to the grand opening. Smoke seeks out his estranged wife, Annie, a woman who practices voodoo and claims her magic shielded the brothers all these years. Their shared loss, a child long buried, tears at them. In a night heavy with memory and lust, they fall into bed once more. As darkness falls, an Irish drifter named Remick seeks shelter at the home of a hateful white couple, Bert and Joan. He bribes his way inside with gold and tales of danger. Choctaw men arrive soon after, warning the couple that Remick isn't what he seems. But hate makes people blind. By the time Joan realizes the truth, it's too late. Remick is a vampire, and now so are Bert and Joan. Opening night at the juke joint, the place roars with life. Smoke lets some folks in on scripts, desperate to break even. Mary earns her place as family. Sammy steps onto the stage and unleashes a storm. His blues reach across time itself. Spirits of black musicians from every age rise and join him. The walls seem to burn, the world cracking open in ecstasy. But that music carries further than the living. It draws Remick and his bloodthirsty pack. They arrive at the door, smiling and lying through their teeth. Smoke, sharp-eyed, denies them entry, but Mary, seeing the money they offer, tries to negotiate. Up close, she sees it. Remick's eyes glow red, his mouth leaking hunger. She flees back inside, but Remick's hunger is awake. Chaos brews. Sammy sneaks off with Pearline. Mary seduces Stack, pulling him away from the crowd. As Smoke deals with a drunken razor attack inside, he sends Sammy to find his brother. Sammy hesitates. By the time Smoke gets there, Mary is sinking her fangs into Stack's neck. Smoke empties his guns into her. It doesn't stop her. Stack bleeds out in Smoke's arms. They barricade the juke joint, now just Smoke, Sammy, Annie, Slim, Pearline, and Grace. Outside, a storm of vampires gathers. Cornbread returns, fanged and twisted. They realize too late, they're at war. Stack resurrects inside the closet, monstrous and lost. Vampires spill into the town, turning the dancers the ones who believed the world could be better. Remick finally reveals the truth. Hogwood, still a Klansman, had sold them the sawmill to lead them all to slaughter. Bert, Hogwood's nephew, was supposed to bring the clan, but Remick didn't care for their bigotry. He wanted something else, Sammy's power. With that kind of music, Remick could resurrect his own dead, build an army that transcends race and time. He offers them a choice: join the darkness and escape the world's cruelty. They refuse. So Remick sets his sights on their souls and their families. The survivors prepare for a bloodbath. Grace stakes Bo, sacrificing herself to stop him. Slim cuts himself to lure vampires away, dying with a grin. Pearline falls. Sammy watches her die and finds his rage. One by one, they fight, stab, burn, and kill. Annie gets bitten. In the most brutal mercy, Smoke stakes her himself as she begs him. Her death briefly stirs Stack and Mary's buried humanity. Smoke and Stack clash in a savage fight, brother against brother, blood against blood. Sammy faces Remick. The vampire rips his face open, but Sammy, broken and burning inside, jams a silvered guitar head into Remick's skull. Smoke stakes him through the heart as the sun rises. Remick burns, and with him, every cursed soul he created. Smoke knows it's not over. The clan rides at dawn. He sends Sammy away and prepares for the end. When they come, Smoke welcomes them with gunfire and grenades, mowing down the devil's hogwood sent to kill him. Bleeding out, he sees Annie's spirit waiting for him, smiling, holding the child they lost. He smiles back. Sammy flees north, carrying the battered guitar, refusing to let the music die, no matter what it cost him. Years later, 1992, Sammy, old, weathered a legend, plays one final song. After the show, Stack and Mary appear, unchanged, eternal. They offer him the dark gift. Sammy smiles, tired but at peace. He says he's seen enough of the world. He's ready to let it go. As he plays his last song, Stack tells him that night in Clarksdale before the sun set was the last time he truly felt free. The music rises, aching and immortal, as the screen fades to black.